What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am reviewing my second semester in engineering school. This semester, the classes I took were chemistry, it was philosophy, it was engineering graphics, and it was algebra. Now, as far as which classes were the hardest, I would say without a doubt it would be chemistry. Chemistry by far was one of the hardest subjects I have ever taken in higher school. This far, I guess I would say. We don't know what's going to happen next semester, but well, we'll see. Algebra started off fairly difficult, but, and when I mean difficult, I mean I was failing algebra, but I was able to turn it around because I kind of just figured out the best way for me to study, and that was practice problems again and again and again and again. With all that being said, I was able to get an A as my final grade for algebra. As for chemistry, I was able to get a grade of an A for that. Took a lot of work, took a lot of studying. Philosophy, I would say, it wasn't difficult. I would say that it required a whole lot of reading and typing and reading.
And reading and TV watching while we read and cook.
And then some more typing and reading so that you could write 25 papers in the span of the semester. There's a lot of reading. But engineering graphics wasn't that hard. Really, the hardest part about this whole semester was the sheer load of assignments and studying. I believe my first 3 weeks of school, I was completing 20 plus assignments every week. It's something to kind of be aware of. You don't necessarily have to be in the program to start having the more difficult classes happen. The best thing that you can ever do is show up every day, put forth the effort to learn what you're trying to learn. So that means doing all the assignments, actually reading the texts, and making notes. If so, like for my chemistry class, she would post a video the day before, and you would have to go through that video and make notes, because when you show up to class, you would get a quiz on it. So you definitely have to be able to find a way to make notes on those things, or not necessarily make notes, but at least find the pertinent information for each one of those classes. But with all that being said, I was able to graduate with almost all A's and 1 B. What was the B in? I think it was in engineering graphics, and that was primarily because when I got to the last 8 weeks of class and I had been grinding every week nonstop, I did the math and I figured out at what point do I just pass the class and it really doesn't matter. And it was like at week 8 I was I would pass the class with a B, and so I was kind of just like, you know what, I'm gonna take that load off of my shoulders and focus on chemistry and math, because those, not only did I have finals coming up, but I had like 2 other tests that I was doing for them, and yeah, it was worth it. I was able to get the, if I hadn't have put that energy into it, I would have definitely not done as well on the final. And the final, I was able to pull off like a 73.5 on the final for chemistry. But yeah, that was it. That was my second semester. This summer I am taking pre-calculus. Fall I'm taking calculus and physics and introduction to psychology or something. It was an additional enrichment. Yeah, with all that being said, if you enjoy this content, don't forget, leave it a like, leave it a sub, and comment down below if you're really interested in the engineering field or if you have any questions in engineering school. And y'all have a great day.